mistakes, because it is with sadness but hope that I bid you farewell as you head to middle school. May you carry your light into the future and into the lives of others, ever holding true to the ideals with which you have been instilled at Nat Ford. Congratulations, graduates. Go forth and prosper, but make sure to come back and visit. Thank you.
I'm scared to press your red button.
And I would now like to welcome our awesome 5th grade teacher, Ms. Stevens, who has worked so hard with our children this year and put a lot of effort into help making this night happen. I'd also like to thank Ms. Whitehead and Ms. Newton, who have worked closely with our 5th grade students this year, as well as Ms. Gray and Ms. Barwell for helping with the drummers, Ms. Sanchez and Ms. Maple as well. So Ms. Stevens will come up and introduce our next student.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming to our 5th grade graduation. Our next part of our ceremony will be the poem by Winston Griffin. It is a poem called Always Be a Student.
Keep on learning, students. Though your graduation's done, your whole life's in education. That's how it only just begun. Your diploma is the first big step, for your knowledge is a special key to winning what you want in life and being who you want to be. If you always be a student, you'll find the secrets to success and travel on a golden road to peace and happiness.
Thank you, Winston, for that poem, Always Be a Student. So now we're going to do the introduction to our key speaker for this evening, and that is going to be by Antonio Wilson and McBride Murray.
We would like to introduce our mentor. He is an Orlando native. He has been working with Nat Ford closely since 2012. 3 of his favorite musical artists are Stevie Wonder, Prince, and Kendrick Lamar. He is our mentor, Mr. Landon Carter.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Just want to first off start by giving a couple thank yous. First off to Antonio and McBrock for that introduction. I mean, they actually memorized a lot of that information, so I really want to say thank you. But even more so, just to Antonio and McBrock, I really want to say thank you to all the students that met with me on Fridays and they were willing to just hang out on any given Friday. And if you're not familiar with the program that Nat Ford offers, it's called the Lunch Buddies program. And essentially what it does is it allows professional men and women in the community to come to the school and just have lunch with the students. And I am an attorney, I'm a real estate attorney, and part of the focus is to really expose the students to professionals and careers that they might not otherwise be exposed to on a normal basis. I know I really didn't know what a commercial real estate attorney was for the longest, but I would say for all that the students might have learned from me, I know that I learned a ton from the students, so I just want to say thank you to all the students that met with me on Fridays. Second, I want to give a very special thanks to all of the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the sisters and brothers who are here tonight. Give yourself a hand. education really starts at home, as you probably know, and the example that you have set for your children and all the words of encouragement, all the time that you've spent with your students helping with homework and reading, all the countless hours and investments that you've made in tutoring has helped your student to arrive at graduation today. So, as you well know, days like today do not come just every day, and they don't just happen. They're the culmination of a lot of hard work and dedication, and all of that starts at home, and it starts with you. You should be extremely proud of your students and all that they have accomplished up to this point. There's still a long ways to go, but thank you to the parents who have supported your students thus far. Next, I have to give a very, very, very special thank you to all of the faculty and staff at Nat Ford. Dr. Pearson, Ms. Stevens, anyone who is involved, whether PE, the drumming, just thank you so much for all that you have done. The students are here because of you. Your patience, your persistence, your resilience has definitely paid off. And, every hour, every dollar that you've spent on these students has not gone unnoticed. You have made a ton of personal sacrifices, and that will not be overlooked. One of Frederick Douglass's quotes that he's famous for is, it says that it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Your unique work with these children is the building block upon which our country and our future will be formed. So on behalf of the Nat Ford Community School Foundation Board, I say thank you to all of the faculty and staff and everyone that has worked with these students throughout this year. Also, thank you to Ms. Stevens for allowing me to speak to you today. I know that it was an extreme privilege for me, and I would not miss it for the world. And finally, I want to say a major, major, major thank you to the class of 2015. Congratulations. Now, this may be the first time that you are in the cap and the mortarboard, which is what the gown and the mortarboard, which is what your cap is called, but I pray that it's not your last. Everything that you have done has brought you to this point, but this is just the jumping off point from which you will experience a tremendous amount of success. There are a lot of folks who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into getting you to this point. Your parents, your teachers, and you. You have done what it's taken to get you to this point. And from here, the sky's the limit. So I congratulate you on your success, and I challenge you to continue to strive for even higher heights. Now, admittedly, this is my first graduation speech. So as I was preparing over the last few weeks, it was a little difficult because I really had to put myself in the shoes of a fifth grader and think about what I would want to hear. Now, immediately, the first thing that went through my mind was how much I detested long speeches. So, with that being said, I recognize that I'm one of the people who is standing in between your graduation and your refreshments, so I will not be long. So I understand this is also a school night. You all are not out of school yet, so I will get you all home in a timely manner. But another challenge that I faced was exactly what I would say. What advice could I give to a fifth grader that you all might actually remember? So I thought back to when I was in fifth grade, and I recall fifth grade was a little turbulent for me. I may not look like it now, but fifth grade was rough. I started off my fifth grade year at a school, Windy Ridge Elementary. It's in Southwest Orlando, and I was in what's called the AIM program. It was a gifted program, and it was all day. I was in a separate class from all of the rest of the students, and we had separate curriculum, we had a separate lunch, everything was different. And the reason why that was so tough for me was because I wanted to be like everybody else. I was one of only 2 black kids in the class, and both my parents were black, and everybody that I was raised around and grew up with, they were black, but I was in a class where I was one of only 2 black kids, and that was rough for me. I wanted to go to lunch with the other students, and I wanted to just be like everybody else. The most important thing to me at that time was being like everybody else. So when I was in 5th grade, I did what any other 5th grade student would do when he or she is not happy. I acted out. I pretty much told the teacher that she didn't know how to teach me, this actually happened. I really told the teacher that she didn't know how to teach me, that she didn't know anything, and that I hated school and that I did not want to be there. Now, when you're in a gifted program, you can't exactly stop doing work. You can't just stop doing work. And even though I had parents who were more than willing to cook my tail with a belt whenever I got out of line, I still managed to do everything wrong. Now, before long, it wasn't but maybe 2 or 3 weeks into the school year that my teacher called a parent-teacher conference